Okay, good evening, Mr. Ranga. I'm Peter, and today I'm gonna make a video to submit the task 9. Okay, let's begin. Part 1, complete the script. Which culture do you belong to? I was born and raised in America where my culture was shaped. Is that multicultural society? Yes, it is. My culture is a diverse mix of customs and tradition of various races and ethnicities. How long is your country been practicing those customs? Well, it has long history, around 10,000 years ago. What custom do you like the most? I like practicing dining etiquette. That's what makes me American whenever I travel to the other countries. What are traditional customs of men and women in your country? Cowboy hats and boots are American styles, but nowadays jeans and t-shirt are more preferable. Are you comfortable with a tradition and customs of your culture? Of course, I was born with it. How do people read each other? Well, it depends on the situation in an informal communication. People just say hi. Have you ever felt drawn to another land? Yes, I'm interested in Indian culture. I wish I could get there to someday to attend a typical Indian wedding. Part 2. Listen to the story and retell using your own word. Someone named Alberto and Mimi have new neighbors. But Alberto and Mimi saw the new neighbor was so very noisy, big, smelly, and stupid. Alberto thinks that the arrival of his new neighbor will make his life more difficult. Alberto couldn't stand the arrival of his new neighbor, so he told Mimi, who was a friend who lived with him. Mimi says that we should just ignore them. And Alberto agrees with Mimi. One day, Alberto saw his new neighbor, in his garden. Alberto gets angry and calls Mimi to chase them away by calling the staff. One night, Alberto went to his neighbor's garden and damaged all the flowers that were there. The next morning, his new neighbor spoke to Alberto that he was in trouble because of the flowers in his garden, because they weren't actually the original owner of the garden. The next day, Alberto and Mimi became very friendly to their new neighbor, but their efforts were in vain. The new neighbor never understood what Alberto and Mimi had been doing for them. And finally, Alberto and Mimi gave up. Part 3. Answer the question correctly. What did the boy like best about the zoo? He likes the porcupines and 2 giraffes. Number 2. What did the 11 do at zoo? The 11 threw dung with his trunk at them. What can we infer about the bird show? There were 2 birds in the show flying. The boy said that one bird was good and the other was naughty. Number 4. Where did the boy see the butterflies? The boy saw a butterfly in a small building made of glass, and they couldn't get out of the glass building. Number 5, retell the text with your own word and describe the detail about the zoo. This text tells about a child who was told asleep by his father because it was dark. But the child wanted to tell a story before going to bed. The boy wanted to tell me about the zoo because he really liked porcupines and giraffes. The father and son told how when they were there, from seeing porcupines, giraffes, 11 throwing their dung, naughty bird shows, and butterflies in glass building. After many stories, the father then told his son to sleep. Okay, thank you. I think that's all for today. Uh, That's it for the video to submit the task 9. Thank you. Good evening.